877-900-1031 is the number to join the Barely Legal Radio program. 877-900-1031. We do this every Friday from 11 to 12. 11, change the time. It was 9 o'clock. I changed it to 11. That's 2 hours later for people that are trying to do the math. And that's 11 Pacific time. We are in Hollywood. It is Oscar weekend. 877-900-1031. Free legal advice. Corey in Costa Mesa.
Joe, what's going on? How are you?
Super. Thanks for asking.
Good. Welcome to Seal Beach. I'm from Seal, but
you are?
Got a question.
I love it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Paradise.
I've got a question. I'm thinking about starting a business, like a magazine business.
Ooh, yeah. Online magazine or print magazine?
Well, it's going to be a print magazine, but of course we're going to have a website and all that type of stuff.
Or television news magazine.
That's pushing it.
Yeah, I know.
No,
all right,
but,
so you're going to start a magazine. You'll have an online presence. Okay, cool. What kind of magazine?
Yeah. Like action sports, surfing, skateboarding, snowboarding, that whole mumbo jumbo.
But with an edge.
Exactly.
Okay.
Something different.
Got it. Mm-hmm.
My first question is, like, how do I go about protecting the name, the idea, and all that type of stuff?
Okay, you want to trademark that name as a magazine. And it's a specific trademark for a magazine. And you do that, and it's very important.
Okay.
And they're gonna ask you a lot of questions about when do you first engage in interstate commerce? Because we're talking about this is a federal trademark that you're getting, not a state trademark. There are state trademarks,
right,
but you want a federal trademark. If you just go to you go to barelylegalradio.com, go to the link section, click on the link section, find the trademark section, and then read the FAQs from the trademark website, or bypass that whole thing and Google it. But you're going to find, this is at least a path I know you're going to find the exact right thing. You're going to go to FAQs, and you're going to read all the trademark FAQs. Then you're going to know exactly what to do. Then you're going to decide, can I do this on my own, or do I need an attorney? Now, it's if you're the kind of person that likes to do stuff on their own and's got some time and can deal with the frustration, do it on your own. You'll save some money.
Sounds good.
You can do it with LegalZoom, still save some money, but if you go to a law firm, that's a can of worms. They're going to try to bleed you for all kinds of other stuff too. I would stay away from that unless you have investors. You have investors?
Okay.
Got any?
No, not planning on it either.
Right. Okay, cool. You're going to staple this thing together and it's going to be legit. I love it. Okay, yeah, so do that. You're going to trademark that. Then you're going to need a DBA, doing business as thing, to get a bank account. And you're going to need a tax ID number. Then you're going to have a bank account and you're in business.
That was my second question. I'm planning on registering incorporating.
Yeah.
Because in case I do multiple magazines, then I can do DBAs as separate entities and everything like that.
Sure. Yeah.
So how do I go about registering? Is that the same thing as trademarking, or
no.
What do I do to incorporate and all that type of stuff?
You can incorporate, and then once you incorporate, the corporation will own the trademark. The trademark will just be a possession of the corporation, an asset.
Okay.
So if you incorporate, but like I told the last caller, if you incorporate, make sure you're aware of the $900 minimum tax that might have just gone up yesterday. Who knows? They're raising the taxes in California, something fierce. I know that your tax rate is going to go up, but
sounds good.
Just remember that that you're going to, at the end of the year, even though you didn't make any money, you're going to have to send some money to the government.
Okay.
Okay, but if you make some money, a corporation will, give you some protection, protect your personal assets and stuff like that.
Right. And the last thing is I'm planning on hiring interns to do a lot of the work at the start. Because I'm financing on my own and stuff.
Yeah.
So how do I go about legally publishing their writing, or do I have to pay them to publish it? And kind of same thing with photographers.
Wow, this is good. These are good questions. Now, an intern is this a paid intern or an unpaid intern? I already know the answer to this.
Yeah, exactly.
Unpaid intern. It is. Right. You should be aware that it is illegal to employ an unpaid intern unless they are receiving school credit. The reason being, it's a pesky 13th Amendment, prohibition on slavery. Slaves, I think we all know, were really interns. They were they were cotton interns,
Right.
But they weren't getting any credit. No school credit. Uncle Remus would read to them, and they weren't getting. They were like auditing Uncle Remus's class on the porch, but they weren't getting any credit. It was a total ripoff. So we have this 13th Amendment, solve that problem. Big apologies to everyone who got caught up in that. Now we have the 13th Amendment. You can't hire an intern or a slave to do any work unless they're getting college credit. Even then, when they're getting college credit, you can't hire them and get them college credit and then just go out in the fields and pick cotton. They have to be learning something. Even back then, like let's say we said back in the slavery times, we said, all right, we're going to start giving the slaves some college credit. And, that would have been better than nothing. But we still would have had to, we couldn't have them pick cotton because that's just manual labor. They have to be learning something because college credit is for learning, not for manual labor.
Okay.
So your interns have to be gaining some skills. You can't have an intern, and this goes for everybody that's got interns. I know you all abuse the interns, and you don't care if they get college credit. Well, you're breaking the law, and it's also abusive because they're not there to get to stuff envelopes. You got to give them perks. You got to say, okay, guess what? I'm going to let you actually do the job on a limited basis, and you actually get to do more than the people here who get paid and are at an entry level because you're not getting paid. So you got to treat interns the way they're supposed to be treated. A lot of people don't know. They just think, oh yeah, free people who are willing to work for free, we can call them interns. We cannot. And I know you weren't going to do that. You sound like you knew all this stuff already.
I took business law class.
Look at you. Yeah, so you give them, make sure they get credit, and I'll tell you another reason. I don't care about any of that about any of that stuff. I do, but you want people to go to school because that weeds out the riffraff. If someone wants to work for free and they're going to show up every day to work for free, at a certain point, they make you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
They can't dry clean their shirts, stuff like that. At least if they're in school, there's somebody's funding the school, so somebody, they're not gonna creep you out.
Definitely.
Make sense?
And then how do you pay out of the entity? Do you like out of the incorporation? Like, if say for example I was to pay myself, do I pay myself like on a monthly salary like everyone else, or do I give like bonuses, or how does that all?
Yeah, you're going to be an officer of the corporation, and it'll say in your articles how much money that you make, and that kind of stuff gets complicated. I can't do that without talking. I mean, I can form a corporation. You can form a corporation at LegalZoom. There's a lot of information there, but ongoing to run a successful business, you need to know a lawyer. At a certain point, you're going to have some legal fees if you're running a regular business. We can all, but it's great with LegalZoom and companies like that to save money to set up the business, especially when you're not you're funding it yourself. Get it all set up. See if it's getting off the ground. But at some point, you got to have lawyers. I mean, lawyers aren't just like sitting around because people don't know where LegalZoom is. They definitely have a value. And if you really want to make money and you want to get rich, sooner or later you're going to have legal fees. So you'll get advice from those kind of people.
All right.
But there's a lot of stuff to set it up at LegalZoom. So I don't want to downplay that. All right. Thanks a lot, Corey.
Thanks so much, and keep that paddleboard away from me in the water.
Oh, I will run you over with that thing.
Right on.
Bye.